Hello, friends. Today I'm going to talk on a very important, interesting, and a career oriented subject. This is the difference between a specialist and a generalist. Why a generalist get lost in public and why a niche stands out in public. Okay, now I'm asking you a basic question. Whenever you go to any field, who is more recognizable? A generalist or a specialist? Who earns more? A generalist or a specialist? Who has an identity? A generalist or a specialist? Generalists are the people who get lost, who are one among the commoners, one among the public, wouldn't have an identity, who really does not have a specialized knowledge in anything. They just do whatever comes their way. They just go as life takes them. They don't have an ambition. They don't have a goal set for themselves. And end of the life, they are just forgotten as any other thing in life. So, do you want to be a generalist? Do you want to go all over the place? Do you want to be a commoner? Do you want to just go what life takes you or life gives you? If the answer is no for any of these questions, then there is an ambition or a feeling in your heart that you want to become a specialist. Then, if you want to become a specialist, if you want to become a master of one thing, if you want to become the best solution giver for a particular problem or become the best consultant in that particular field, then your ambition is to become a specialist. Now, when you want to become a specialist, you need to have some attributes for that. That is, you need to select a niche, an area or a field where you become a specialist or an expert or the best consultant in that field. That is what you have to narrow down. If you're going to narrow down that, then you're called the niche. Then you need to proceed in that line. Now let us analyze what is this niche, what is the line of activity. It could be anything. A passion driven with a niche always is sustainable. It is everlasting. It is going to be longing. If you are not going to have passion mixed with your niche, it's going to be a short term. Any particular problem coming in the way, you just forget your niche. So select a niche which comes out of your heart, which you are really very passionate about, which you are interested from the bottom of your heart and you want to do it at any cost. That is, it could be, becoming a professor, becoming a scientist, becoming a doctor, becoming an IT professional, or becoming an insurance expert, whatever it is. If you try to take the example of people in US, there are people in a particular field of activity for 25, 30 years, even without taking a promotion, and they are reckoned as experts in that field. Because they go to a niche, do expertise, knowledge, assimilation in that, become an expert, and they are one-stop shop for any problem in that field. That is what is called niche, sub-niche, sub-sub-niche. Now, it's not just enough if you just select a niche. Say, for example, a doctor. A general physician is a person who is just, a commoner. He doesn't earn much. He is just a temporary solution giver. But a specialist like a cardiologist, a neurologist, an ENT specialist is a person who is an expert in the field. He charges more, but his advices and expertise in that field is what people recall. You go to him when there is a severe problem. This is what is called niche and specializing in a field. If you select professor being your niche, then you may have to go down to the deepest level, like selecting physics or chemistry, and within physics and chemistry, thermodynamics or fluid mechanics or a light or a sound or an energy or a mass, whatever it is. If you are an insurance expert, which you want to be, then it should be, not just insurance, it should be life or general. Within life, you want to concentrate on the retirement or on the term or on the endowment, whatever it is, or on a reinsurance, whatever it is. That is where you need to go deep down and gain an expertise so that you become a master of that particular field and you are an expert advisor on that. Okay. The advantage of selecting the niche to the bottommost extent is you become focused on what you want to be. You gain knowledge which is the best in the world. You have the more detailed approach for a solution, for a given problem, and you are the solution giver for that. And you will be reckoned as the best in that particular field, in your area, in the world, or wherever you are. Now, this may take some time, for you to identify a niche. There could be multiple niche or an overlapping niche when you start with. That's okay. But then when you start with that, slowly as you proceed in the journey, you start narrowing down to one, and within that one, A or B or C, and that is what is all about, selecting the most important niche of your field and then gaining an expertise on that. Here, the main important things what you have to do in the journey after selecting a niche is assimilate knowledge, get the statistics in that field, get the trends in that field, identify the leaders who have been in that field for quite some time, what happened actually, and then what is the problem which is at present going on. Identify the problems, identify the pain points, the roadblocks which is actually stopping people from proceeding in that direction, identify the bottlenecks, and you need to find the solutions for that if you need to make the journey even further. Make one or two main pain points as you go. Start working in that area. Do extreme research. Why this problem has not been addressed? What are the roadblocks? Is it really regulatory? Is it really the information insufficiency? Or is it really, we are not able to explore a solution with the given circumstances on the economy front? So you need to identify that. Talk to people, attend seminars, attend conferences, write blogs, go into a group, chat with people, then you start getting knowledge. Once you start getting knowledge, synchronize the data in such a way that it gives you a solution and an interpretation for the data. And once you have this consolidated data, you can arrive at a decision what you need to address the pain point to. Consolidate this information, right? And then start presenting your knowledge that these are the possible solutions for the problems. This becomes an expert advice or an option giver for an existing problem. So my dear friends, when you become a specialist, you are the person whom the people or the world is looking at. World is waiting for those who have specialized knowledge and not for generalists. Not for people who just talk about the pain points and not solution givers. The most options you talk, the more and more options you talk, the better it is, and the clarity of subject comes up, and you become a person to come forward and give a solution in any public forum. Start writing theses, start writing papers, address people in conferences, seminars, give lectures, open up their mind for solution, and you need to do this because you have researched a lot and you are an expert in that. The earlier you start in life on these particular niches, you have number of years and time to address a problem. If you start late in life, age and time could be a challenge for you. So the more earlier in life and career you start this, identifying a niche and specializing in a niche, the better it is, and you have a long journey in the world to catch up. Because specialists are the permanent guys who imprint their name and identity in the world. Let us take a few examples who have done this. Inventors or discoverers of the world. Edison, who had found out, bulb, the electric bulb. He has found out the light for the darkness in night. Graham Bell, communication, extreme communication to start with. What a brainwave. Newton, he has analyzed why things actually come down as a sort of gravity. Then Albert Einstein, Alfred Nobel, John Beard, who invented television, Wright brothers, who just thought the idea that we should fly, and now see, the world cannot be without flights. Then the list goes on and on and on. Now, it's for you to fill up your name in this list if you want to become a specialist or an expert or an advisor by selecting a niche of your choice where you pour passion into your niche. That's all, friends, which I want to talk about. Wish you all the best in selecting a niche and wishing you all the best for becoming great. If you like this topic, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button. See you in my next video with one more topic. Bye.